On the count of three, I want you to yell Vic. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Please welcome Vic Mignogna!
Living Lord have mercy. This is too cool! Hi everybody, how are you enjoying the day? Hey, before we start, I was told that we're supposed to take a picture. So I'm going to turn around and somebody's going to come out here and they're going to take a picture because I need to capture this moment. You guys just keep doing what you're doing. Pull out the cell phones. Let's work the, I'd like to teach the world to sing.
Alright, guys. On the count of three, we're gonna go nuts. Get those lights up. Ready? 1, 2, 3!
That was so easy. You guys are naturals. Now, how many of you have no freaking clue why you're in this room right now? Thank you, sir. Thanks for your honesty. Security? My name is Vic Mignogna. Don't even look at it printed. It's scary, like you would never figure it out. But it's like tomorrow in Spanish. But we're on a first name basis now, so you call me Vic, all right? And I am so happy to be here. I'm a voice actor. For those of you... You're getting me right here, you know that? You're getting to my heart. I'm a voice actor for over 300 different animated series and video games. In other words, I'm very old. But I gotta tell you, my favorite thing that I'm a part of is my childhood passion project. Since I was a little boy, it was all about the original series of Star Trek. You guys don't even want to know. I drove my mother insane being obsessed with the original series of Star Trek. She used to call it Star Trash. Because I made her crazy. I would sew my own costumes, I would round the kids in the neighborhood up and make my own little Star Trek movies, where I, of course, played Captain Kirk. And so I was obsessed. I would record the episodes every day on a little cassette recorder. I know half of you are like, what's a cassette? And then I would put it under my pillow at night, and I would go to sleep listening to the episodes. Obsessed. Obsessed. So fast forward many, many years, and I started a web series called Star Trek Continues. It looks and feels and sounds exactly like the original. Had the original never been canceled in the late 60s, what would the 4th year and the 5th year have looked like? So this is what we've done. There are 6 episodes online. They're all free to watch. This is a labor of love. It is not about money or profit. It's pure passion project. And I am fulfilling my childhood dream of getting to play Captain Kirk. So, I want to take this opportunity to personally invite you tomorrow evening. If you don't know, we are premiering, world premiere of episode 7 of Star Trek Continues here at Salt Lake Comic-Con for you. I would be so honored if you guys would join us. Can we make a little pact here? I promise you'll enjoy it. And if you don't, it'll be too late because you already came. But we have over 5 million views worldwide. We've won over a dozen awards, and I love Salt Lake City. Salt Lake Comic-Con, Dan Farr and Randy and Tiffany and all the people that put this show on. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. I love it so much. I can't even tell you. I do so many conventions. And I was just downstairs telling some of the other guests that have never been here before about how amazing this show is, how amazing the attendees are, and what a wonderful spirit there is here. And I do a lot of shows, so trust me when I tell you, you guys are really about as good as it gets. So thank you. Can I just be honest about something? I'm a little embarrassed right now. This morning, I was in my hotel room. I get out of the shower, and I'm deciding what I'm going to wear today. And I look at I brought like 4 or 5 different outfits, right? Not for today, for the whole weekend. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what did I not wear last year? You know where this is going, don't you? And so I put this on, and I went to my autograph table, and like the second person who came up goes, I saw you last year, and this is a picture we took, and I'm wearing the same thing. So I'm just going to do the rest of the panel like this, alright? Is the baddest of the bad. Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, wussies. Broly is the king. What's your question then?
How do you get yourself accustomed from going from character to character to character, and how do you prepare to do that and keep all your characters perfectly in line?
I don't know. You know what? The good thing is that you don't usually record more than one character on one day. Like, you don't do one guy and then an hour later you're doing someone else, an hour later you're playing another role. It's really, you spend a day doing it. And the other good thing is once you play a character for a while, he kind of sinks in, you know? At the very beginning, when you start a series, after, let's say if you just did one recording session, and then you went off and you did 15 or 20 other shows, and then you came back. This is the coolest thing, by the way. It's so awesome. It's like, never mind the crane that's coming behind you. I love it. When you do a show for the first time, if you go off and do a lot of other things, when you come back, you may forget what you did. Like, what did this guy sound like? And they'll usually pull a piece of audio from the last time you recorded, and they'll play it as a reference. But like when you do a show like Full Metal Alchemist for a while, just for my own sanity, can I say that again and then you scream louder than you screamed when I said fairy tale? For instance, when I played Edward Elric in Full Metal Alchemist, I love you guys so much. Hey, what are you guys doing over there? Are you waiting for questions? Check that out. They don't want a piece of you, man. I would say that when you start out, the studio will play you a reference line to remind you what you did, but as you get into it, you kind of connect with the character, and you start to be able to kind of keep them separate in your mind. It would be really scary if Broly's voice came out of Edward Elric. That would be bad. Thanks, man. Yes. You know what? I have to tell you, there were so many wonderful things in that show that I loved. And that question reminds me of the day that I decided that Full Metal had to be my favorite anime voice acting experience ever. And I'm gonna tell you, that show is so special. It's so unique. The characters are so endearing. The music, the animation, everything about it was just such a great production. And I've been involved in a lot of shows, and I love all of them. Oh my God, I love Orange High School. If God would grant me a wish, it would be for another season. But I have such a special place in my heart for Ed. Played the character for a very long time, right? When we got to I'll never forget, the last day of recording on Brotherhood. I was in the studio and the script was in a loose leaf binder. Turning the pages to get to my next line of dialogue, and suddenly I turned the page and I realized, last page. I'm like, I started getting tearing up, and I'm like, oh my God, this may be it. This would very well be the last word I ever say as Edward Elder. And I got really emotional about it. So much so that I actually took my phone out and I sat it on the windowsill of the studio and recorded myself video doing the very, very last line, that little monologue that Ed says at the end as he's leaving on the train, leaving Winry on the train. Okay, do me a favor, okay? Close your eyes. Close your eyes. I want you to picture that moment, all right? Picture that moment when Ed's on the train, just left Winry. There's no such thing as equivalent exchange. It doesn't exist. Sacrifices are necessary. You can't gain anything without sacrificing something first. But if you can rise above that pain, you'll find that you have a heart strong enough to overcome any obstacle. Yeah. A heart made full now. And it was over. And it was done. So in answer to your question, I would probably say that line probably meant the most to me. And now I see people at conventions literally that have tattooed a heart made full metal. Or, you know what I mean? Or a heart made full metal. So I would have to say that one. Thank you. I was one of those weird combinations, right? Where I'd play all the sports and I was really good at the sports, but then at lunchtime I would go sit with the nerds. Because I was a nerd. I'll tell you a secret. I'll never forget. I had a navy blue windbreaker. And I wanted so bad to sew a Star Trek emblem on the front of it. Because I'm a nerd, right? But I didn't want to get beat up. So you know what I did? I sewed it on the inside. So you walking around, what's up? Yeah, I'll see you at soccer practice this afternoon. Yeah, how about that home run I hit yesterday, right? Yeah, hey, what's up? Nice. And then I would get to my nerd friends and I'd be like, So I talk to people, and if I got the feeling that maybe they were nerds, I'd be like, and suddenly there was this connection. They loved it. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. Sorry to get serious. I'm glad you asked about this, okay? As much as you are able to do this, have mercy and pity on people that bully other people. You know why? Because they hate themselves. They don't think they're worth anything. They think they are of no value. Bullies think they are of no value. And instead of trying to make themselves better at something or feel good about themselves, they try to tear you down. They try to hurt other people to make themselves seem better. And if you're able to do it, and it's not easy, but if you're able to do it, it's sad, isn't it? To think that somebody would think so little of themselves that they would hurt or insult or bash on other people just to try to make themselves feel important in some way. So just know that if anyone makes fun of you, it's because there's something about you that they feel is pretty cool. And it somehow hits them the wrong way, and they're just trying to make up for something they don't like about themselves. I was never bullied. I was lucky enough not to be, but I'll tell you guys something. I get hundreds of emails from people that are bullied. And you have to know the source, guys. You have to understand that if people bully you, it's because they wish they were you in some way, or they're trying to pull you down somehow, okay?